Hello YouTube, I'm Vafi. Welcome to my shop. This video is a video from a series I'm gonna start from now on. This is the start of 2019, and I made a promise to myself that starting this year I'm gonna try to be more active on YouTube by publishing some videos and sharing with you some of the experiences that I'm learning here in my shop. So. I'm a hobbyist. I'm doing metalworking and mechanical and electrical engineering only for hobby. I don't have any technical background related to this. And everything I learn, I know from YouTube. Everything. And from my few friends that are passionate about these topics too. So everything I learn from regarding lathe working or TIG welding or milling or 3D printing, I know from channels like NYC CNC, DCT Teacher from Australia, or I don't know, Diesel Tony, Stefan Gottes Winter, and some popular names like this on YouTube. This journey with my shop started about 4 years and a half ago, when I first bought the lathe. Basically, until then, I had a small shop in my parents' village, but I was going there quite rare, and I did not have much time to actually tinker as much as I have wanted. Okay, so 4 years ago, there was a change in my life. I moved to Cluj-Napoca. I'm from Romania, by the way, and at that point there was a context where I ended up with some money that I wasn't hoping for, and so I said, okay, this is my time. So I ended up buying a lathe. I mean, I wanted the lathe for a very long time. I wanted it very badly. I mean, I think I was googling, and even now that I have it, I'm still searching for lathe on YouTube and on various sites. I have a weird passion for these machines, and ever since I bought the lathe, I've started the conversion of it to CNC. It's a bench lathe. It's a Wabeco D6000, a German-made lathe, and quite soon after I bought the lathe, I started the conversion to CNC, and for me that was the first step I made in doing CNC work. Okay, so as I said, first machine was the lathe, and then from the beginning I said I want a lathe, a TIG, and a milling machine. So now I had the lathe, but I wasn't like mentally prepared to pay the money for a TIG machine. But chances were that I needed a part for the lathe to make some custom changes, and I couldn't find someone in Cluj that I was satisfied. That I couldn't find someone to satisfy me by the quality of their welding. So after I made the part and somebody just messed it up with a very nasty weld, I decided to go fully in and I bought a TIG machine. I think you can see it here. Okay, so at that point, my only item on the wish list was the milling machine. So about 2 years, 2 years and a half ago, I bought an Optimum machine. That machine was a very bad experience. I mean, once I got the machine, I realized that it has a huge runout on a cone spindle. It was a BT30, and the runout was, I don't know, 1/10 of a millimeter. It was enormous. At that point, I didn't manage to to have a deal with the Rocast, which was the Optimum importer in Romania. So after 5 or 6 months of exchanging email back and forth, they decided to get me the money back. So at that point, I bought accessory for that meal about 1,000 euro in cost, and I had nothing to do with them. So ever since then, I had a thread running that I need to buy the milling machine. So last year in 2018, after some discussions with, I mean, initially I wanted to buy a Skyfire because it was more suitable for my needs, and it seemed more, it was smaller, and I thought it's gonna be a better option for me. But after some discussions with DCT teacher in Australia, I mean Aaron, he told me that I should go for a SILE, and so I ended up contacting SILE, and after a few emails, I mean a few emails, 100 or so emails in about 2 weeks, I was convinced that that's the right machine for me, and I was convinced that I'm gonna get the machine that I'm expecting. The communication with SILE was, I can say, flawless. Yeah, there is that language barrier, and let's say the communication is not so smooth as it would be with a Native American speaker, but it was very, very decent. So I strongly recommend SILE from a customer service point of view. Okay, so I ended up buying the SILE mill, and I mean, when I bought this mill, uh, I said, okay, from now on I'm gonna start making videos on YouTube, and these videos that I'm gonna make will mainly focus, I mean, the first part of these videos will be about the conversion of the SILE milling machine to CNC. Well, it is CNC. It has servo motors on the axis and it has a servo spindle, but I opted to buy the machine without a controller because it was too expensive for me at that point. And I had some experience with Linux CNC, and in the upcoming videos I'm gonna try to explain the process of making a Linux CNC controller for this mill, with everything that Linux CNC can do and everything that this mill can do. So I'm gonna use so with Linux. Why I choose Linux? Well, everybody, I mean, most of the folks on the forums are more familiar with Mach 3, but the issue with Mach 3 is that it runs on Windows, and Windows is not real time, and a requirement for the CNC controls is to be real time. So Linux CNC is using a modified version of the kernel, a Linux kernel that is real time, and it's communicating with a Mesa board, a dedicated board that has support for Linux CNC. It's the communication with that board is via Ethernet, and basically what I have to do with this mail, I have to make all the wiring from the servo drives, from the spindle VFD, from the limit switches, from, I don't know, mist coolant, flood coolant, other accessories that I will have. I'll have to connect those to the Mesa board, and then I have to make all the configuration, all the required configurations in the Linux CNC, so that it does everything I want, I expect from it. Okay, I'm not gonna derive more on this video, so in the next episode I will make a tour of my shop showing you what tools I have, and see you soon. Cheers.